In this video today, we will be walking you through 3 different homes that are available here in Chandler, Arizona for under $500,000. So that way, if you're thinking about moving to the Chandler, Arizona area or just Phoenix in general, you kind of have a rough general idea on what price we'll get, square footage, bedrooms, all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into our first property right now. So just in general, Arizona has grown like absolute crazy. The last 5 years, home prices have absolutely jumped. Most have doubled, and some even a little bit more. So your budget is not going to go as far in Chandler as it will in some of the other suburbs, like the Mesa area or Gilbert or even like Queen Creek. But again, in this video, I just want to show you what 3 different properties look like, tell you a little bit about the neighborhoods. That way, again, you can get a general idea on what homes look like. So honestly, I'm so glad I picked this first one because this is a perfect representation about what like Northern Chandler looks like. Northern Chandler is a little bit older part of town. So a lot of these houses in this neighborhood, have been built in like the 1970s, 80s. They're pretty much all single level stories. And the nice thing about Chandler is that, especially like in Northern Chandler, there's no HOAs in really any of these neighborhoods. Now, once you get into Southern Chandler, it gets a little bit more expensive. Those are all like planned communities. So, the HOAs are gonna be a little bit higher. But here in Northern Chandler, it's really, really nice. You can get, affordable home. This is actually a 4-bedroom. It's almost 1,700 square feet. And this one is currently for sale for about $480,000. So just in general, kind of what you can expect is a little bit older homes and no HOAs, which is really nice. Now this street in particular is in relatively good shape for how the neighbors keep it, because sometimes with non-HOAs, you guys know that some people don't take care of their property as good as others. So let's get into our first property. Again, this one's about 1,700 square feet and you have 4 bedrooms. Now, this home was built in the 1980s, so it is a little bit older, but what we are seeing and what we have seen the last, again, 4 years with just how hot Chandler has been, a lot of people went in and they completely updated it. As you can see, with this particular home, they did do the floors, they did parts of the kitchen, and honestly, it's a really good kitchen. And one of the nice things is that you already have like the granite in, but you can even make it better by either painting the cabinets or adding just some like fixtures. But overall, like really, really welcoming and big, large open space. Hopefully you can kind of see it. It's kind of dark in here, but again, this is really, really what you're gonna expect here in Northern Chandler. This room is kind of interesting that you get just like this little like bonus bar room. But again, in Northern Chandler, what you're gonna get is that you're going to get a lot of homes, they were built in the 1980s, so they were very, very different than homes being built today. But you're gonna get the lower ceilings. You're gonna get, a little bit tighter, separate rooms. You're not gonna get that open floor plan. So like with this property, that was really nice that it had that open floor plan. With the backyard back here, this actually is really nice. This is another really good thing about Northern Chandler and what it has to offer is that the lots are almost about 1/8 of an acre. Once you get down into Southern Chandler or even over into like Gilbert, the lots are gonna be about probably, I don't know, a 3/16 of an, no, they're smaller than 1/8. That's all you need to know. Definitely a little bit smaller. But so that is one thing that is nice with Northern Chandler is that the backyard, you get a really, really good size. Now, one thing I do want to point out, if you're thinking $500,000 in Chandler, one nice thing that this house actually has is that, here, let's switch you around, there we go. One nice thing that this particular property has is that it has a garage. It's probably really dark, hopefully you can still kind of see it. Most homes, in the 1980s, a lot of them just had carports. So what you'll see is you'll either see people that they turned it, they covered the carport and they turned it into a garage, or they just left it, they turned it into like a 3rd or 4th bedroom. So if you're $500,000 in Chandler, this is exactly what you can expect. This is a perfect representation of what your budget gets you. So, you do have 4 bedrooms. They are a little bit smaller. This one's probably maybe 11 by 10. So not, all things considered, not bad. You guys know I always gotta point out storage because no Arizona house has them. But as you make your way, again, I'm 6 feet tall and I can touch the ceiling. So a little bit smaller bedrooms, again, in some of these older homes. But again, one of the nice things is that they did update it. Again, you have, just a nice little master bath right off. Yeah, they updated it, but there's definitely more that they could have done. But I do really like this blue. It's kind of a fun little color. But again, just what you can expect, $500,000 in Chandler. A little bit smaller bedrooms, smaller ceilings, older house, and you're only really gonna find this in northern Chandler. Southern Chandler, it's gonna be too expensive for right now. But you do have, you know, a primary closet, and then here, we'll come into. It is funny, you know, with these older houses that the primary bathroom often is smaller than the main one. So again, I'm really glad I picked this house because this is a perfect representation of A, what northern Chandler looks like, and B, you know, what you can kind of expect for under $500,000. You know, some updates, you know, if you're thinking that you want to do the updates yourself, you can kind of expect like 440, 450 right now. For right now, this is 480,000. This is our first stop. Next, we are going to, I'll show you, you know, just 20, 30 seconds about what this other neighborhood has, you know, what it looks like, as well as some of the other things, you know, the amenities, parks, stuff like that, that it has to offer. And then we will make our way to our second stop. You're gonna wanna stick around because the second and third stop are very different than the first, so stay tuned. All right, so we are at our second stop here in what does $500,000 get you here in Chandler, Arizona. Now, before we get into this stop, guys, if you like this video so far, make sure you click the like button and comment down below. I really want to know your thoughts about what you thought of the first property, as well as, you know, if you're moving here, where are you coming from? I'm from Nebraska originally. I moved down here a couple years ago. I absolutely love it. It's changed my life. So I want to help you guys change yours. So if you're thinking about making a move to Arizona, either if it's tomorrow or if it's in 9 months, reach out to us, guys. Pause the video. Our contact information is down below. We really want to help you out. We love helping people come down to the beautiful sunshine. So as we were mentioning earlier in Chandler, like there's just been so much development. So here's what they started to do. The city of Chandler, they started, you know, planning, and a lot of developers have started planning like these little like townhouse communities. You will see these a ton in Gilbert, but they're starting to pop up more and more here in Chandler. So this particular complex, it was built in 2019, and you know, they're townhouses. The really nice thing, yes, you share a wall right here, but the nice thing, there's no yard to maintain. They take care of all of like this public access area. They maintain all of it. You get some sweet amenities. They have, you know, tons of green area over here. They got a community pool, grills. So they got all kinds of stuff that you don't even have to worry about. So, you know, if you're coming from, you know, like the Midwest and you want to spend like your winters down here, this might be an amazing place for you because all you have to do is just show up. You have no yard maintenance, no nothing. All you can do is just show up and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. So this property right here that we're about to walk into, I think you guys will be very impressed. So if you are, comment down below. I want to know your thoughts. But this particular property is about 1,800 square feet. You do only get 2 bedrooms. However, there is a den. So, you know, you can get creative. You can add like a 3rd bedroom if you want, but it only has 2 bedrooms. So that is definitely one of the downsides. Now, right when you walk in, it is really nice. You got the 10-foot ceilings. And I cannot stress and how much of a difference that makes right when you walk in. Feels nice and tall, nice and open. Here's a little shot down the hallway of it's just nice, wide open. But what is really nice with this particular floor plan, God, I just love these high ceilings. It's so nice. So this is the 1st bedroom. This bedroom is in the very, very front of the house, and they call this a split floor plan. Now in Arizona, a split floor plan just means the primary is on the separate side as the other bedrooms. So you have like your own area, or if like you have guests in town, or you just have like a little, you know, a little one, they have that area. But so here's the den that I was talking about. So like in here, what you can do if you really wanted to, is you could, if you just add a door, and then, I mean, it'd be kind of small because there's not that much room in here, but if you added a closet, boom, all of a sudden now you have 3 full bedrooms. Not only is it nice that you could stay here potentially a little bit longer, but, you know, then you have a full 3rd bedroom, so that also helps with, you know, future value as well. Decent sized garage, you know, again, there's never any storage in Arizona homes, so it's nice that you got kind of that back area. Now, just as we continue to make our way kind of throughout the house, it's really nice that they have like this kind of, I mean, it's a mixed room. You can do really with it what you want, but you know, maybe just like a dining room, or you could have like a little game room if you have like a pool table or like ping pong or something like that. But it is really cool, man. I just love standing in here. It's just so tall and bright and open. One really, really cool feature I'm about to show you. So you got, not this is just a standard bathroom. But you do have, you know, some extra storage. But what is really cool is that, so you have the laundry room. This laundry room is connected to the primary closet. So like when you're done doing laundry, you literally just walk right behind here and boom, all the laundry is in the master closet. Actually, this closet, here, we'll go the other way. That way you can kind of get a better idea on exactly how the flow of this house is. But again, so this home is $470,000. And honestly, all things considered, I think I would pick this one, even though the last one had, 4 bedrooms. Man, this one is just so nice. It's huge. It's, almost 1,900 square feet. One thing you do have to consider is that the HOAs here are about $260 a month. So definitely, a little bit higher about what you have to factor into your budget. But taxes are only about, $1,700 for the entire year. But man, there's just so much room in this kitchen. It's huge. I love this island. You could double it as, like a little bar there. Man, there's just so much room. We'll pop outdoors in a sec. But what is really nice too, man, look how big this master is. You could get 2 king beds in here. Turn it into a nice little Airbnb. There's all kinds of things you can do with real estate. But what is really nice is that you got the 2 sinks. Man, I'm telling you, there's just so much room in this house. Now, again, it is only 2 bedrooms, potentially 3 as we talked about earlier. But there's just so much room. And then here, as we make our way, you got the toilet, and then we're back through the laundry room, the closet, and boom, we're right out into the main area. So honestly, a really, really cool layout. I really like this house, honestly. If this was my budget and we were looking, this would definitely be the one that I would pick. But just stay tuned to the last one because I think you'll really like that house as well. So, as we make our way outside, so one thing to consider, if you are living in northern Chandler, it is not like the suburbs. It's not gonna be suburb living. You're gonna feel like you're living in a city. There's not really like neighborhoods. There's literally, it's just like urban living. So there's like a main street and then there's houses right off of it. So definitely something to consider. But for this particular house, literally the road is right behind us. And then if you're sitting out here, you also have your AC. Why they didn't just put it like around the corner, that doesn't really make too much sense, but just something to consider. If you're thinking about moving to Chandler, if you want suburb living, you have to go down to the southern part of Chandler. Now we'll hit that in some other videos, but for today, this is only what's under $500,000. So without further ado, let's take it down to our third and final stop. This home has been fully updated. It is absolutely beautiful. So stay tuned and we will check that out next. There we go. Actually, before we go down there, I'll just show you, 20 seconds of B-roll about what this other neighborhood looks like. Then we'll get into our last and final house. All right, guys, so we are at our third and final stop of what $500,000 gets you here in Chandler, Arizona. And guys, this next house is a perfect example of why it is so important for you guys to reach out to us when you're thinking about making your move. Because online, this house looked great. On paper, it looked great. It's got a very interesting layout, as well as, it's a flip. It looks really, really good. But man, there's just a lot of little things that, if I were buying, especially from out of state, that I would want to know about this specific house. But again, one thing with this is just such a perfect representation about like a northern Chandler neighborhood. Like literally, you just have streets. There's a school actually here, so school pickup might be a little crazy with traffic and everything. But like, it's just streets with houses. There's no like subdivisions or really anything like that outside of the second house that we saw. But again, the really nice thing is that there's no HOA here. So, and when you're in the older part of Chandler, you normally get bigger lots. The first one was kind of small. This one's almost 1/5 of an acre, so plenty of space. You'll see it in the backyard. But one really, really nice thing about being in like the northern Chandler area is that you're super close to like the downtown Chandler area, as well as the Chandler Square. So they got like a brand new Shields. I'm from Nebraska, so it was actually really cool when they got that. So they have, there's a huge shopping mall there. There's a ton of shopping. There's a ton of food down this Arizona Avenue, which is right down the street. So the northern Chandler area, really good location. Just what you're gonna find is a lot older homes as you've seen on this tour today. So without further ado, let's hit into our third and final stop. And again, guys, if you like this video, make sure you comment down below. I really wanna know your thoughts about what do you think of these, couple houses that we've seen, as well as, where are you coming from? If you're moving from out of state, I'm from Nebraska, so where are you moving from? So again, like when you first walk in, man, it's nice. You know, it definitely hits the eyes. It's nice and clean, nice and open for the most part. But there's just a lot of little stuff that, you know, like again, like it looks so nice. They did do a good job, but like the floor plan is just so strange. So this is the kitchen here. At least they did like the little extra stuff of putting like handles on the cabinets and stuff like that. We'll come back to the kitchen. I actually do like this living room. Sorry, there we go. This living room is actually, it is really nice. Like you could get, you know, a decent sectional in here and, you know, put a TV up on that wall. But so you do have 3 bedrooms. There's all 3 bedrooms are back here. But like, here's what I was saying. Like they did a really good job, but then like, you know, just like some older stuff. Like if you're, in my opinion, if you're gonna do a flip, you gotta do everything. You gotta make it, gotta go the whole 9 yards. That's why this home has probably been sitting on the market for a little bit. So there's just a lot of little stuff that they didn't do. But again, like look how nice, you know, they did of the bathroom and the tile. We're starting to see this gold. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about it, if I like it or not, but it is kind of cool. It's different. But again, you know, this house was built in 1980, so a little bit older closets, a little bit lower ceilings than what we had just seen as well. So making our way to the third and final. This bedroom is actually really nice. This bedroom's huge. The only thing, you know, just a little bit smaller closet size, but this room is actually really nice. I'll give them credit where it's due. But so there we go, tight corner. So as we make our way to, you know, kind of the rest of the house, it's interesting that they had that like little front area. You do have like a front patio. Here's where it gets interesting. If you love to do laundry and you want a view, the laundry is right off of the kitchen area. And then here, this is the only door outside of the primary. The primary has a door. We're not going through it because I can barely get it open. But that's the only door to the backyard. Now, once you're back here, it's amazing. Look how nice this is. It's huge. 1/5 of an acre. You could put a pool. You could put 3 pools back here if you wanted to. But absolutely huge lot. And again, actually, all right, I lied. There's 2 ways back here. So this is the carport. This is typical, atypical, perfect example of what Chandler you can get and what you can expect is that they have a carport and not a garage. But man, this lot it's huge. You can do so much back here. I actually really like this. This is pretty cool. Here, as we make our way back, and again, like they did a lot of good, but there's just some stuff that, you know, like some of the older doors, the windows, those are definitely older. But here's where it gets a little interesting. So this is the closet. There's no door, there's no hanger, there's no nothing. It's almost like a mini Harry Potter room, kind of. It's a good size, definitely. Get like a sliding door or something. But again, you just got the lower ceilings, and then this is the primary. Again, you know, I'm 6 foot. This is barely 7 foot ceilings. So it's just interesting. But again, you know, this is nice. It's nice. They did a good job. Just very, very interesting. So guys, that's it up for what $500,000 gets you here in Chandler, Arizona. So I really hope that this video, again, was helpful. The entire purpose of making it was just so that you get a general idea kind of what neighborhoods look like, as well as, you know, just what's, you know, what is your price point? What does that get you here in Chandler? So if this is your price point and it's not exactly what the house that you're looking for, check out our other videos on like Mesa, Gilbert, Queen Creek. Those are definitely going to be, you know, a little bit lower priced options, and your dollar goes a lot further. So that's it for this video, guys. Again, if you need help with your move, pause the video. Contact information is down below, as well as check out the other videos on our channel. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.